Now we will take mental symptoms. Kalkaria is in a state of great weakness. He is unable to do prolonged mental effort, and if he does prolonged mental exertion, he breaks into sweat. He is exhausted, he is disturbed, nervous, restless, great disturbance of emotions and complaints lasting for days and weeks after vexation and after such excitement. It is very useful in complaints after worrying, after prolonged effort in business, and from excitement. He cannot do good thinking after such excitements. It is full of peculiar feeling that is different from other remedies. And he is exhausted mentally and he is unable to think connectedly. He thinks that he is so weak minded and cannot think properly, connectedly. So he thinks he is insane or going toward insanity and he is observed by the people around him. He thinks over it again and again, which keeps him awake at night. Calcaria leads to little things. His mind dwells on little things. When Calcaria patient begins to relate what he feels to his friends and family, they naturally say it. These are very little things, put it aside. But it is very big thing for the Calcaria patient and he is unable to put it aside and think he is going crazy and he cannot calculate, he cannot do deep thinking, loss of ability to do deep thinking. He made conclusions out of his emotions, not out of his intelligence. He is unable to accept any argument or any assurance from anyone or even from his physician in whom he was always confident. It seems there is no use to reason with him. Yet he is not so far gone. He can reason about other things except his own mental state. He thinks, he imagines so little things that you will be surprised to see how his mind dwells on such little things. When he goes into insanity or breakdown, it is a passive state. He sits and does little things that amount to nothing. He keeps himself busy with his fingers all day long and think all day long about these little things. So our text says that sits and bend pins or break pins. He closes his eyes and he has visions. He sees horrible things and become excited. He cannot keep his mind clear. When he is alone, he carries on conversation with every conceivable individual on every conceivable subject, and he feels as if it is real. But when he is in company, he is controlled and dominated, and he carries on conversation as an ordinary people do. He carries out the same ideas when he is delirious or insane, picks the fingers and do all sorts of little things. And imagine someone is walking beside her. In Cilicia and petroleum, it is also observed. Mental aberrations with horrid visions, sees dogs crowding upon him, and he is fighting back. Here is a sensation occurring in a nervous woman. She feels as if she must scream, run up and down. This is an hysterical state. This occurs in a person who is overwrought and dreadfully excited after a death of a husband or a child, or in young girl who is broken hearted. This is a kind of hysterical state. Kent says in men the same feelings, same state come after business cares, when he feel like running up and down the house or jump out of the window. This is analogous to the mental state found in hysteria or in great nervous excitement. He thinks nothing but fire, rat, or your patient may think of anything else. But the idea is that he thinks about little things, foolish things that are not interested to anybody, cannot control herself, thinking, thinking, and expressing it, then talking and screaming spells. This goes on. Then Calcarea patient refuse to talk and sit silently and say nothing. Calcarea patient sometimes takes an aversion to work and he quits work. He quits the most thriving business and go home. And he is so much overworked and tired that he doesn't want to know anything about business. He doesn't want to talk and doesn't want to think about it. It is not for him. And he says that it would drive him crazy. He has so much overworked and so tired that right in the midst of his success, he leaves his business and he goes home and do nothing. If you look at him and you will come to conclusion that it is laziness, but it is not. It is the insane condition of the mind. On the other hand, we have patients that have been ordinarily industrious, but they develop mania for work, and it seems that they have ability to work day and night. It is a sick state that has mania for work. It is very strange to see in 8 and 9 years old girl take on sadness and talks about future world, talks about angels, what is God, and she wants to go there. And she reads spiritual scriptures and wants to inquire about the unknown. That is a strange thing. Arsenic, calcarea, and laxis has cured that. They are precocious children and they take everything very seriously what has been told to them. Children sad and unhappy. Old people take on loathing of life that is like aurum metallicum. Calcarea are full of anxieties, full of fears. Word is black, something will happen to them. Fear of misfortune, fear of death, and fear of losing her reason, and people will observe that. Fear of being alone started at every noise, and his sleep is disturbed by horrible dreams. Restless sleep. Child is cross, irritable, fretful, and frightened easily. And many of the complaints are after excitement, after mental or physical exertion. Enough for today.